Meowdy everybody, and welcome back to our second session of Cape Escape 3. I hope y'all are ready to escape this cape with me tonight.
Woo! No.
Woo!
That was for us.
Yeah! But before we get down to business, before we get back into the anomaly hunting that our dream team here is itching to resume, we're going to explore a little bit of downtime. For those of you new to Triangle Agency, which I presume is most of our audience, each of our players has at least 3 relationships played by another player at the table that they get to explore in little downtime scenes in between each mission. Billy, since you spent the bulk of your advancements this week on strengthening your reality, let's spend some time exploring one of your relationships at home. As we explore these relationships, I'll be asking some probing questions to give a little guidance to the scene, but otherwise I'll be taking a step back and letting Billy and his husband Don play it out. So let's get Don up here. Now, while Billy's been out busting his butt, working 80-hour weeks, sometimes even more, at the Smoky Oak Lodge, Don here has been stuck, cooped up in the trailer that the two of them share on the Central Alpine Palatial Estate's elegant and charming RV lot. Now, Don, how's the pain been lately? Has it been getting worse, or is the medicine starting to help?
You know, it's about the usual, which is to say it could be worse. There's a silver lining.
That is certainly one way of looking at things. Now, has Don been keeping Billy up to date on how things are going for him, or is he being a little hide the pain herald here?
No, communication between them is pretty good. He'll let Billy know when things get worse.
Good. It's important to have open, honest communication in a healthy relationship. I'm sure Billy isn't keeping anything from Don. Now, on this particular morning, shortly after Billy has been conscripted into the agency's new dream team, we zoom in on the home these two share to see what a typical morning looks like for them. Billy, are you up early, making breakfast for your husband on top of your other myriad duties? Or has Don managed to take up such domestic duties in his enforced sabbatical?
I might be hastily srirachaing some previously unseasoned chicken.
Did you get a little of the unseasoned chicken thighs that Reggie makes for the midnight guest and save them away for breakfast? That's good eating right there, and otherwise it would just get thrown out.
It's good food. You pretend?
You always do your best. I'll never complain.
Oh, how are you doing today, honey?
Holding up. You know, I had another one of those incidents again.
Oh, no.
Someone gave me a weird look. You know, like I didn't need the wheelchair I was just using a minute ago.
Oh, god damn it. Well, there's good news and bad news. You won't be having any incidents with the public for a while because we're not allowed to leave.
Well, I knew you said your job was mysterious and you can't really talk about it much, but you mean it? We really can't leave?
There's been an incident at work. I don't know what to say.
Have they made you sign a new contract? How long are we here for?
Months?
Well, that's a bit of a shock right there, but I mean, I'll go wherever you go.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to see if we can get a mail order subscription for your pills. Oh damn. Sorry, that's just hitting me.
Ooh, boy. Well, fingers crossed everything will work out. We always find a way.
There was a long night. Oh, it's burning. Hey, breakfast is served.
A little singed. Just how I like it. Thank you. Thank you, babe.
As the two of you go about your morning routine, the persistent drip leaks from the kitchen faucet, punctuating any words the two of you might have to share with that constant drip, drip, drip. Something else that's going to need fixing. There's always more, isn't there? As we depart from this strained situation, we zoom in on that drip and travel up through the faucet, through the plumbing, down deep underground, where we emerge in the basement of the Smoky Oak Lodge.
Cinematography.
Here, we find Keaton. Unlike Billy, you chose to spend your downtime strengthening your anomaly this week. So let's check in with Keaton on her hunt for a particular eraser down in the bowels of the hotel. It's weirdly steamy down here, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the only person that's actually been down here for like 12 years. I haven't actually seen anyone use the service elevator. So on one hand, there's probably not anything too gross down here that isn't already dead. But on the other hand, it does smell like old gym socks.
It's not a great smell, to be sure. But thankfully, Keaton is not truly alone in this task, for she has access to a helpful little buddy that appears in the corner of her vision whenever she wears her special glasses. The basement, the ideal dwelling space for true intellectuals.
Oh, you're so right. Making you into a desktop buddy was such a good idea.
This is the only way I can interact with the outside world, so I will take what I can get.
Yeah, it was really nice of the boss lady to have Carl fetch me these before the prison blew up, huh? Because, I mean, think about it this way. If we weren't so nice to you, you'd just be stuck in an interdimensional void on an old computer typing in captchas all day long. You'd get no enrichment, so really we're doing you a favor.
Thank you, milady.
Oh, who's my little pug champ?
That's me. But far from the only resource at your disposal, Keaton has other tricks up her sleeve as well, doesn't she? Namely, she has in the palm of her hand what is perhaps the greatest power in the known world. That's right. Over her long and sordid career as an internet hacker extraordinaire, Keaton has grown quite the following, an anonymous internet edgelord collective willing to gather intel and sow chaos at her command. She has access to the Frolic.
These guys are such fuckheads, I swear to God.
I swear, when this server gets nuked, I will know it because none of you take your security seriously.
Oh, God. Someone shared the link online and now we have like 100 new members. And it's just like, it's like when your Minecraft server gets raided by the feds. I just really, this place is just really cramming my vibe lately.
Now, Keaton, I don't imagine you've told these slimy internet trolls the whole truth about your organization or your role within it. That would be crazy. But just the right breadcrumbs here and there are enough to get them chomping at the bit. So how have you been making use of their talents to further your goals recently?
So I think Keaton, having experience with the agency, has been doing weird, let's call them probability exercises at the behest of, or rather at the advice of one Miss Potatoes, the boss lady. In one of their sagely and helpful one-on-ones, Miss Potatoes was kind enough to explain to her that these collective subconscious, or rather consensus among people, is kind of what dictates reality. So from time to time, Keaton will post questions or phrase things in such a way that their collective response to her will maybe nudge reality in the right direction.
After all, if the collective consensus of the members of the Dream Team is able to influence outcomes, surely outsourcing that to a giant crowd of anonymous internet people will be even more effective.
Indeed. And I think right now she just left a message in the frolic, and it just reads, "Doing a thing, left or right, choose one or the other, don't be cute about it."
She's testing the waters. There's something.
And I think for her it's a little bit like dowsing, right? It's this exercise where she asks an open-ended question, and their collective response to it, sort of like flipping a coin, it's not even necessarily that they are right or wrong, it's just the power of the group that makes it so.
Perhaps you're tapping into the latent energies that allow the screenwriting department to operate, or perhaps you're just throwing things to the wind and letting chaos reign. Let's see, the frolic, what's the result? Left or right?
Left. The fuck? Left, I guess. Right. Left.
All right, left it is, I guess. And I think Keaton puts her hand on the left wall and just begins walking and tracing it as far as it'll go.
My lady, it appears there is nothing in this direction. You should stop before you hit. And before your helpful little bonsai buddy can dissuade you from continuing this direction, you come upon a power box.
Well, may as well. And then she just pries it open.
This thing was locked with an incredibly shoddy, rusted lock that just comes right off. So if you want, you can just like put the lock in your pocket and take it. You got a free lock now. This piece of shit appears to have a bevy of blacked out labels inside of it. And laying at the bottom, in the little tray where you can keep pens, tools, and other little things you might want to store inside your breaker box, you see a tiny black eraser, perfectly motionless as if it didn't have a mind of its own.
Keaton picks it up and, she's holding it between her index finger and her thumb. And she just goes, "Hey, buddy, do you mind scanning this for me?"
Right away, my lady. And as little Barochi begins to scan the anomaly, you hear a series of pings in his UI. Oh yeah, it's the big one.
Oh, we are going to have so much fun with this thing. Just to make sure it understands, let me frame the terms of condition here. And she's talking to the eraser now, and she goes, I will find a use for you. And that's what you want, isn't it? To have a little bit of fun? To be able to speak? Oh. We will find a way to get you to talk. Stick with me. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm adding the redactor to your requisition list. You now have access to it.
And as she puts it into her pocket and, begins to walk back, I think she takes out her phone and she just, she's thinking, kind of looking at all the names go by. She sees a few that she recognizes from the old days. She sees a few new names. And she just thinks, we'll be asking them a few more questions sometime soon. I have some ideas for how we can utilize this.
Excellent. As we depart from this scene, our camera drifts up from the foggy, steamy basement into one of the hotel rooms 1 story above. Here, we see the other end of the work-life balance spectrum, as it seems Snapper has spent his advancements strengthening his competency. Let's take a look at how his relationship with the agency is progressing. And it seems, through the machinations of Sandals, that the agency wants Snapper to keep up with his studies. So, let's look at things through the purview of the man that Sandals hired to make sure Snapper keeps up to date on those studies. A coyote named Slick. Slick, once a sleazy, off-the-books loan shark, has found somewhat more legitimate employment as Snapper's personal financial officer, ensuring he's up to date on student loan payments and coursework alike. That's a perfectly normal thing every college student has assigned to shadow them, right? Sure.
No conflicts of interests there.
Now, Slick, if you didn't know any better, you'd think this kid was trying to give you the slip. It seems every week he disappears off the face of the planet, and this time you had to track him all the way from the Inland Empire up to the shady pines of the Pacific Northwest. But you're persistent, aren't you? Like gum stuck to a shoe. You've managed to catch up with the kid every step of the way.
Nothing gets in Slick's way.
Now, Snapper, are you surprised to see Slick has shown up here? Yet again, you do remember, Sandals said nobody could get in or out of this place past all the red tape. Do you think he was wrong about that? Or was
It's really confusing. Like, I was not trying to give you the slip, but honestly, how did you get here? This place is locked down super tight.
Don't you worry about that. I have my ways. I always have my ways. You keeping up with your studies, kid?
Yeah, I can't avoid this topic. Mr. Bueller told me himself just yesterday how important it is.
Absolutely, kid. Your studies are vital. Cannot stress that enough. If you work hard, if you keep at it, you can be just as successful as Mr. Bueller himself.
That's a nice sentiment. I don't know, but like, this agency stuff is really cool and I want to keep doing it, and I don't think that's going to happen without continuing my studies.
Good. So we're on the same page here. You've got a job.
I think so. I'm getting high marks, good commendations. Like,
good.
You don't need to hover so much.
Okay, so it seems like the job side of things is going pretty well, but I have to admit, I'm a little bit more worried about the studies. You're actually finding time for that, are you?
Mostly.
Okay. Well, look, there's a lot riding on this kid, so don't let us down.
what does that actually mean?
Look, I've got my job to do, you've got your job to do. And look, everyone wins in the end. This will be good for you.
I've been meaning to ask, what exactly is your job?
Don't sweat the details. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Like, okay, so real question. If I've got a problem, is there anything that you can do to help besides just check in and see how the studies are going?
Huh. Well, you can always ask if you're in a bit of trouble. Yeah, please come to me for help. I'd like to know what's going on. Keep me in the loop.
Okay. This might not be so bad, being stuck here with you.
Just remember, get good grades, work hard. And look, I know you kind of rolled your eyes at me the last time I suggested this, but they got these fancy AI tools to do the thinking for you.
Hate this guy.
So, look, nobody goes to college these days for an education. They're going through the motions because they want to get paid, just like everybody else.
That seems like a really bleak outlook.
Well, things could be bleaker, like not being able to pay back your loans.
That's fair enough, I suppose.
Keep at it, kid. Don't worry, everything will turn out great. Little old capitalism never hurt nobody. Yeah.
I need another
You should get
cigarette.
that cough checked out.
From there, we match cut. As we zoom in on the radiator attached to the wall, the puddle forming beneath it, we match cut over to ice tumbling from the heavily distressed ice machine over in the Smoky Oaks lobby, into a cup being held by Sonny. Sonny, what are we drinking this morning? Coffee? Water? A little hair of the dog? Or maybe Reggie's brewed you up a nice, well-balanced protein shake to start your day with?
Coffee.
Coffee. Excellent.
Coffee.
My man. Coffee. Also spending his downtime improving his competency and thus his standing in the agency, Sonny now finds himself face to face with the man who first recruited him into the agency to begin with. Let me get him up in the center of the screen here. Here we are. Now, Sonny, you've been doing your best to be a model employee in service of the agency, haven't you?
More or less.
You've done as you're told. You've pushed the papers, you've narked on colleagues, you've done the needful. And yet the agency still sees fit to breathe down your neck at every opportunity. And there is no better living proof of that statement than the first of the agency's backup to arrive on the scene. Your recruiter, Mr. Bitch. That's B-I-C-H, and he does not tolerate mistakes. Now, Mr. Bitch, you're not here to join the Dream Team. No, sir. You're here to audit this particular branch of the agency, to assess the damage that has been done, and report to the higher-ups if you think this place is even worth the investment to rehabilitate, or if it's going to get slated for cancellation. You haven't had enough time to reach a final judgment yet, of course, you've only just gotten here. But what's your initial impression of this hot dumpster fire?
Mr. Bitch walks up to the front desk. He has his arms crossed. He's wearing his sunglasses, so you can't really read his expression. He's got just such a good poker face, frowning deeply, and he runs his finger across the desk, kind of looks at the dust between his fingers, smidges them, and goes, "This place ain't up to code."
And what's more, it seems there are no employees at the front desk. It's just you and the brat you recruited into the agency here at the moment.
I got the paperwork you filed.
Great. What are you doing here?
Got sent from the agency. Told me to
No,
look
I
around,
got
make
that.
sure you're doing your job.
I think Sonny just like looks around. I'm doing my job. You can leave now.
If you were doing your job, there'd be at least 2 agents posted here making sure no one gets out the front door, you hear me?
Well, we got you. We got me. Looking pretty good.
Well, your accountant's gotten better since the last time I talked to you.
Why does HQ gotta constantly remind me that? What are you doing here? Really?
You know what you got, Sonny? You got an attitude problem. Question for you. We're sitting here in the lobby. What about the other 2 that have their eye on you? You even noticed them yet? I thought we taught you better than this.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? You've been tailed for days. We had eyes on them before we even decided to come out here.
I know that this is in reference to this out of character. Like I know this is a reference to the 2 that we met out there, but like I don't know if we established that if somebody was aware of that beforehand.
We haven't established that, so you can make that call right now.
I'm establishing that I'm well aware of the rats.
Oh yeah, you know what room they in?
I am not as aware of the rats as I thought I was.
Oh, okay. So consider it maybe a favor that the agency sent me so that I could come here, clean up your mess, and tell you maybe stay out of the East Wing for a little bit. You got 2 friends in room 24.
I need to write that down real quick. Like Sonny just has his like notepad and just writes down 24.
I think Mr. Bitch swipes the notepad out of your hands and goes, "Hey, what are you doing? First thing we tell you, don't leave a paper trail."
Not leaving it anywhere. It's on my person.
Now it's on
Now
my
in your
person,
hands.
Sonny. He's holding it above his head, Sonny's head.
Damn.
Listen, I think you got a bright future here. But you gotta stop doing the bare minimum.
You know, I do a good job. I do a great job when I don't have someone breathing down my neck every 3 minutes. He just like jumps
A
up and
good
grabs
job.
the notepad up.
Since when has been doing a good job ever been enough? Huh?
It's always.
Since never.
Look, you're not my dad. I don't need this right now. I just woke up.
Oh, so you're finally sleeping again. It's not like it was back in training, where you spent 36 hours awake at a time, fell asleep in the obstacle course, fell asleep on the road.
Woke up as in more of a figurative sense. Just sips his black coffee.
Okay. Well, whatever you say. It would just be a real shame if your 2 friends in room 24 caught wind of the fact that you've been slipping. I think I'm gonna stick around here for a little while. Make sure nothing bad happens. Because it's not just you on the line.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. You're welcome. If I wasn't here to look out for you, who knows what would have happened by now.
Probably wouldn't have gotten yelled at first thing in the morning, but
forget you. And Mr. Bitch kind of looks around the corner and goes, where'd you get that coffee? I want some.
I'm not telling you. I think he's gonna walk off.
Yeah, as he goes to walk off, I think Mr. Bitch goes, that's an order from your senior commanding officer. He'd really like some coffee. Above and beyond, Sonny. I want to see it.
Go to the fucking kitchen.
And as Sonny says that, our camera drifts into the kitchen to another leaky faucet. We follow that piping upwards, up beyond the lobby, up beyond the second floor, up to the secret third floor of the Smoky Oak Lodge, nestled beneath the fake third floor that guests actually stay on. This secret third floor has no windows, so it cannot be detected from the outside. But it does have an entire agency office hidden within. And here we find Darnock in his natural habitat, a cubicle. Darnock, it's been some time since you arrived in this marvelous modern world now. Have you settled in and gotten yourself a room downstairs, or have you found a place out on the campgrounds to pitch a tent, or are you just sleeping under one of the nice, calming desks here in the office beneath the reassuring glow of the humming fluorescent lights?
Oh, he's definitely been sleeping up in one of the hotel rooms. That's the fanciest room he's ever seen.
Oh, certainly. It's got power outlets right in the room.
Unbelievable.
And it's got some fancy box that shows you trains at midnight every night. Who could ask for anything more, really?
It's truly incredible.
Now, though you've had little contact with other agents since you first arrived, you have made fast friends with the petite little physicist that lives in your pocket, Mr. Michael Faraday. Let's get him up on screen here. There he is. Look at him.
And you see, Darnock, this beige box is home to what we call a cathode ray tube. It uses an electron gun, which is a particle. It is infinitesimally small and charged with energy, and it scans across the gases and phosphors on the back of the glass in order to project a moving image. And that, my dear man, is what you see when you push the button to, as the children refer to it, turn it on.
Wow. The future holds infinite wonders, doesn't it?
Would you believe that at this time, even this technology may be considered obsolete?
It truly boggles the mind. But Mr. Faraday, something's been troubling me lately.
What is it, lad? You know you can always talk to me.
And he plops down and sits on your shoulder.
Aw.
I've always believed that there's a scientific explanation for everything. And some of the work that you did debunked the supernatural. I read about all of your debunkings you did on table turning. Truly incredible stuff. I'm
Thank you, lad.
I'm starting to believe there might be something to it. Is that crazy? Does that make me crazy?
You see, young Darnock, the greatest gift a scientific mind can give to itself is doubt. Is not the presence of your doubt the very mooring that keeps you grounded, that pushes you in the pursuit of the great scientific truth? I understand. It is completely my pleasure, young Darnock, to help you. But let me frame it for you. I understand that there are many mysteries in the world. In fact, even in my time debunking seances and parlor tricks, there were moments that made me think, perhaps, This is not something I can explain. But the lack of an explanation, Darnock, does not mean one should jump to the supernatural. Nay, is not all science, but the pursuit of explanations for the unknown.
You're so right, Mr. Faraday. I found myself in a really bizarre situation here, but you know what? I will always look for an explanation for the situation, no matter how bizarre or off-putting or, quite frankly, unbelievable it is.
What a spine-tinglingly scientific deduction. Remember this. Even in moments when you may doubt yourself, Darnock, you never have to doubt me.
Thank you. And at this point, I just like stuff him back in my pocket without even saying goodbye or anything.
Thanks, bud. Yoink. Now,
Man.
Darnock, you've learned so much about the future from your little pocket mentor. What do you think is your favorite modern marvel you have learned about so far?
It's definitely the television and the ability to communicate instantly.
That is truly astounding.
We
And
would
what
have
is
killed for this.
your least favorite technology you've learned about since coming here?
The idea of security cameras are a little off-putting.
Oh, yes. Because they sort of bypass consent by just always recording you, whether you want to be recorded or not. And many cases, they do so surreptitiously without you even realizing they are there.
Yeah, I don't really get why everyone else seems okay with it. It's going to take some getting used to.
And while Mr. Faraday has been invaluable in catching you up to speed on how far modern science and technology have progressed in the last 100 years or so, he's not the only strange little thing that accompanied you here, is he?
Uh-oh.
No, I speak, of course, of that scheming little miscreant that has managed to make himself scarce anytime other folks come around. I speak, of course, of the three-legged man.
You're back. I didn't know if I was going to see you again.
Of course I'm back. Look, the big man had me tag along to make sure you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it.
Do you think I'll find a way back home?
Home? I hope you don't mean that little dust bowl you came from.
If you think this leads to me figuring out what happened, I think our priorities are aligned.
Good, good. You're such a little smarty pants. He wanders through the office as he speaks to you, knocking mugs off tables, picking up documents and tearing them in half, turning on the kitchen sink, just making a real nuisance of himself. And he says, "Just know that I'll be watching you, Duck, every step of the way. Wherever you go, whatever you do, the eyes of blue are upon you."
I think with that, Darnock just kind of sits there in silence, just watching him. Doesn't try to interrupt him, doesn't try to stop him tearing things up.
He takes a long drag from the toe he holds in his hand. Then he kicks open a vent and crawls inside, bones audibly cracking and rearranging to allow him to scramble through an impossibly small space.
Ew.
Oh boy, that was a different exit than last time. Oh boy.
He likes to keep it fresh.
No. I can't believe he has a toe ring.
It's like a ring pop, but it's a toe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
That's horrible. Why would
I
you do
forgot that I'd seen that sprite, So when you were like, he's got another little friend, I'm like,
Didn't like get to
in his-
experience the Sprite though.
I was like, in his left pocket's a little Nikola Tesla. That was way worse.
Mere seconds after that little toe goblin departs, you hear the arrival of the rest of the Dream Team, assembling for the morning meeting. The date is Monday, December 9th, 2030. The Dream Team is assembled here in the agency office for their weekly briefing with Sandals. It hasn't been a full week yet since your last one, but it is Monday, the Sandals of days. As the clock strikes noon, an incoming Zoom call from the man himself brings the projector overhead to life, beaming his lovely mug across the center of the empty office wall once more.
Good morning, everyone.
This afternoon.
Sandals just stares forward and blinks. As you may have already known, some agency personnel have been dispatched to assist in our quarantine. We are currently limited on headcount and available roaming staff, and due to the severity of the breach, it is extremely important that we limit the chance of information leak. So, in their limited capacity, please do your best to support these adjunct agents who we have reassigned to the Cape. Now, as long as no one has any more questions, I would like to get moving forward with the rest of our meeting minutes, as I have an appointment very shortly to get what they refer to as a shiatsu massage.
Very good, sir. You're looking very native.
Can't say that.
Thank you, Agent Red. And then he looks at your tie and sees that it's a different color. Well, let's get to it. Today we have an extremely important point of business. We have identified one of our escaped anomalies as the live leak. The live leak is a data capture entity, one that is able to rapidly observe its surrounding environment and convert data to water. By doing this, it is able to transport massive sums of clandestine and confidential information extremely quickly. It is believed that this live leak is responsible for our missing data from the anomaly database. It is paramount that you stop the leak from escaping containment. Absolutely no one outside of agency employ may find any of this information. That means that until the live leak is contained, no one on the premises may drink any water. It will be up to you to make sure that all sources of water are contained or shut off for the duration of your search. Absolutely no one may find out this information. The work is too important to jeopardize. Do not drink the water. Find the leak and fix it by any means necessary. This may be rough, but you will need to ride this out for as long as it takes. Failure to do so will lead to site-wide cancellation. Does anyone have any questions?
What happens if we had consumed some of the water already? Just looking at his cup of coffee in hand.
This is a very good question. Quite observant, Agent. And then he consults his phone, clearly just out of view of the camera.
We just talked.
Agent Sandino.
Nope.
He checks it again. Santiago.
Oh.
Very well. There is...
Is Sandals an AI?
You have identified a very pertinent piece of information. The liquid that the live leak is able to transmit data into is tap water. Any changes to the chemical composition will render the data captured within null and remove any adverse effects that the water may pose. So your cup of coffee is fine. However, it cannot be understated how dangerous contact to unaltered water could be. Please proceed as I have instructed, even knowing this loophole. And of course, keep this loophole to yourself.
Don't you worry, sir. We'll have this place plugged up tighter than so tight you'll be seeing mirages, cause it's a desert.
I think everyone just like stares at him.
Now, if you will all excuse me, I would like to have a conversation with young Slycrest in private.
Ooh.
Oh. Snapper's muttering to himself, how do we stop a whole hotel of people from drinking water?
I'm not sure if those two should have that kind of relationship. Oh my god, his name's literally Drinkwater. I gotta go.
Keaton turns to Snapper and is like, good luck, kid.
Thanks, partner.
You're in trouble. Ooh.
Billy is especially
hey,
gone.
Hey, Mr. Bueller.
Hello, young Snapper. I just wanted to check in and make sure that you had your meeting with your academic advisor.
Is that his title now? Yeah. He smells like cigarettes, but yeah, we talked.
Very well. I was hoping you would make use of his services. You see, he's a friend of a friend of a friend. And he came highly recommended as not only an academic advisor, but also a personal finance advisor. Now, I wanted to take this moment just to let you know if you have any interest in crypto trading or stocks or investments, please feel free to take advantage of his resources. He is quite skilled and has added quite a bit of money to the company profile.
Oh, that's actually useful. Does the company actually pay anything?
I think Sandals looks puzzled. Yes, they pay quite handsomely, Snapper. In fact, I believe your parents' mortgage was just fully paid off as of this month, thanks to the stipend we send them.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize. I thought. Never mind.
May I also add that your younger sister, her college fund, is almost completely taken care of.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Certainly. You keep doing your best. Keep making a name for yourself in this organization. And we'll keep making sure to take care of you. Because, Snapper, as we're always saying to everyone here, when you work with us, you are family.
I won't let you down, sir.
Very good. Give my regards to the rest of the team. It's time for my massage. And I think with that, the Zoom call ends.
Oof. All right.
You like clap before doing that.
After the call with Sandals wraps up, his AI assistant furnishes you with the mission summary. It tries its best to summarize the goals that were discussed in that call, but it hallucinates frequently. So, as a result, you will get 1 commendation anytime you fix a leak. You will receive 1 demerit anytime you drink water. And 3 commendations will go to the first agent to ride it out. Now for the weather. As there are currently no loose ends at this branch, all accumulated chaos has dissipated. Keep up the good work.
Yay!
How do you be the first agent to ride it out? What?
Good question. And we'll have to figure that out after our break.